You are tuned in to What Up Baltimore online radio. Please note that the views and opinions expressed on this channel are of the host and not of Lady J Media. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, What Up Baltimore TV. And if you really don't want to miss any of the shows, hit that notification bell and you'll get a message every time we come on. Now, we got it from here, so sit back, relax, and stay tuned.
I know you do, because that's what I do. I give you that kind of love that makes you come back. I'm your pusher, baby. You're a
Hey, little black boy, let me holler at you for a minute. I was once in your place. You should respect what I say. Some of the things I'm about to tell you just may save your life in the world right now. Much is right. Little black boy, you're going to see and experience all sorts of things, but don't let your mind be locked in a chain.
I can't hear a word you saying, bro. You're muted.
Sorry about that. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Spitfire Poetry Shutdown. I am your host, John Hansboro. Today is November 22nd. Tomorrow is Turkey Day. This year's almost done. We got a special, well, she's not a special guest. She's my sister in the house. Y'all know her. Y'all have seen her on here plenty of times before. Yeah. Shanice Lady Jacobs in the house. How you doing tonight, sis?
I'm well. I am well. I cannot complain.
Good. I'm glad that you was able to come on because by being holiday season and Thanksgiving and things that you're thankful for, I'm definitely glad that you was able to come on. You, among a few others, played a major, major part in me getting even more serious in my craft with poetry, and doing my podcast and just like everything that I was doing, you guys made me I want to say step it up a bit or just like really dive into your craft. So I want to thank you for that because you've always been a great inspiration. You are serious about your shit and you always on point with it. I love it. So I just want to thank you as I am gratefully thankful for you. I really am, sis.
I appreciate you back. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Sure know how to make an old girl feel good on a Wednesday.
So how you been? What you been up to?
Everything and nothing. And that's literally how it's been. I had so many big ideas and plans for motion when this year started, and I got sat down. God sat me down. I had to go through a crazy season of isolation. So I was working because I know faith without works is dead, but I've literally been up to everything and nothing, just sitting still and watching things unfold and manifest and become. I've been becoming. What exactly, I don't know. I'm still in the kiln. I don't know how I'm gonna come out. But yeah, it's been interesting. I've been okay though.
Same here. I've slowed it down a bit. I was supposed to release Unusual Favor in the middle of this year, and I just kept playing around, pushing it back, kind of kind of overthinking it a little bit because it's the second book of that first one that I did. So I want it to be good. I want it to be right. I want it, I've read the first one over and over and over and over, and I've read the second one over and over before I send it, and I keep tweaking it a little bit. But I'm learning to just let things be. I don't want to say let things be, but just have more of a satisfaction with just being, with just letting go, not, trying not to overthink everything and be overzealous on just about everything I do. As long as I love what I'm doing, that's what I'm trying to really capture in this stage of my life. Loving what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I really do.
I think that matters most.
Mm-hmm.
That you love what you do.
Right. Because when you do, you feel like you're not working.
Say it again.
I said when you doing something you love, it doesn't feel like work. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like I my time has been split up because I've started working like a part-time in the evening job on like maybe 3-4 days a week. So it kind of takes away from some of the time that I have been putting towards my poetry, but I've been able to get back to that. I saw something, I can't remember who said this. I think it was Steve Harvey, as a matter of fact. I think it was Steve Harvey, but they were talking about your gifts and what you do the best, what you like to do the most, what you feel as though you do the best, because a lot of us don't know what our gifts are. And I didn't know I had a gift, Shanice, until like I said before, when I was in a situation that I was unfamiliar with, you know what I mean? And God just dropped it right there, but I knew that I had something, but I didn't know what it was or how to manifest it. And incredibly enough, I was in a situation that wasn't a good feeling, is what manifested it for me, what brought it up for me, what helped me to bring it out and to move it on and manufacture it. I love it. I really do.
Right.
You love to write, you said?
I said, I know that's right.
Oh, yeah, because I love it. Now, look, I'm also glad that you came on because I am so excited about what you are doing the day after tomorrow. All right?
Me too.
The RVA project. Tell us a little bit about what that is and what you do with the RVA project first.
So the RVA project is my company. It's my business. And we do a little bit of everything, but its main frame is coaching of all sorts, life coach, wellness, financial, relationship. And relationship does not mean you have to have a significant other. Relationship could be you and your mama don't get along and y'all need to start to heal some trauma and break some chains and some generational curses and things like that. But it's coaching, but it's also event planning. Whatever your event is centered around a vision or a goal, service coordination, getting you resources that you need for particular things. It literally is a little bit of everything. I just want to help people win. Whatever your win is, if it's not hurting anybody else, and especially if it's going to positively and healthily contribute to bettering our society, our culture, our community, RVA Project is the place to be. We work for your win. And so
love it.
Yeah, it's all love, light, and growth for everybody.
I love it. Yeah, I've been to plenty of the events that you've done, and I've had an absolutely wonderful time at each and every one of them. I really have. There's always love in the room. It's always a safe space. You know what I mean? Even with people who come that don't even know each other, because I've met people at some of your events that I've never even seen before or met before. But it feels like a safe space when you're doing your vibes and your verses or your projects that you do. It's always feels like a good safe space. Now, on Friday, when I saw this flyer that you did to me, sis, I'm telling you, I got so excited because we do not talk about um, mental health enough, I believe. And when it comes to men's mental
Mm-hmm.
health,
Mm-hmm.
as a black man, that's something that I think a lot of us struggle with because we I think at the end of the day we don't quite understand it, if that makes any sense. Um, we might not know how to go about getting treatment for it.
Mm-hmm.
We definitely don't know how to um well, some of us, I'm not going to say all of us, but some of us as men don't know how to reach out for that mental
Mm-hmm.
health, for all that help. You know what I mean? First, what brought this on for you to do this event on November 24th?
So actually, this was supposed to happen last year,
Okay.
but I waited too late for to give myself time enough to really promote it and market it and have it the way that I wanted it to be. So I was like, you know what, prayerfully, there's always next year. But
Mhm.
more than that, um, I am a really huge advocate for mental health across the board. And I don't particularly like to focus on mental illness. We know that there's an issue. We know that there's a mental illness almost everywhere right now for everybody. So let's focus on mental
Mhm.
health and what that looks like. Um, I have struggled with my own mental health issues, and this is important because I don't care what nobody say, and I'm always the enemy of the state in a room full of women when I say this, but I love black men. Y'all can do no wrong to me.
Mhm.
I understand history and lineage and trauma in the DNA. I understand all of these things. So when it comes to uh things that typically would turn most people off about y'all, I want to dig deeper. I want to know what's behind all of that. You know what I'm saying? I care
Mhm.
about what's going on internally because we got to fix it. And I am also of a time and was raised that the man leads.
Mhm.
So I need y'all straight so that y'all can lead so that we can follow. And I
Mhm.
want to do my part in that
Mhm.
as opposed to just always feeling the need to uh hold y'all accountable for things that if we're gonna be honest, not every black man could be held accountable for a multitude of behaviors because
Right.
of your own upbringing and your own history and your own things. Y'all got things too. So I
Right.
always feel like it's unfair for us to be, oh, the black woman is the most unprotected and disrespected. And while that is true,
Mhm.
how can we rely on y'all to protect us? How can we expect y'all to know what respect is supposed to look like to us? How can we expect y'all to be able to step up and lead and be present in our households and be your best self in our communities if we do not address all of the things that are keeping you or being a hindrance to you being the leader that we say we need you to
Mhm.
be? I feel like it
Okay.
has to be I scratch your back, you scratch my back type thing. We got to work together to get this thing right.
Right. Right. That's right.
So
Right.
I make it my personal mission to create safe spaces for everybody, but I will go the extra mile to make sure that I create safe spaces for black men because despite what the world says about y'all, despite what society says about y'all, and it's consistently trying to turn y'all into or recreate y'all into, I know a lot of great, and I mean fantastic, top of the line black men who do great things for our communities, for their families, just for
Mhm.
us, all in all. Like y'all really love on us. So it would be unfair to just, be taking all of that love and I never check in and say, how are you doing? And accept, oh, I'm all right as a response. That's not enough for me. Because are you
Right.
really?
Right.
No, you're not. And so let's dig into the no, you're not. Let's dig into the why you're not really okay. And let's do this together. And so um Dear Black Man is it's a showcase because we want to raise donations to give to there are a lot of black like Black people-centered mental health organizations. So we wanted to donate to them first of all because that's where we'll be pulling your resources from to get you help. But also for me personally, Dear Black Man is a love letter. I love y'all. I love y'all down day and night. I have the utmost respect for y'all, and I believe. I just believe in y'all. I don't. Y'all can't do wrong. Y'all can't. Even on your birthday, you're innocent. Y'all don't cheat. You're innocent, and I love my brothers. I do. So
but
that's
see,
what this
but
is
see,
my love letter to
but
y'all.
you, but you onto something, sis, and you really are onto something because I'm I'm fortunate enough to have a wife who, um, how can I say this? Is just a loving person. Period. Like
Right.
when you as a man, if you have if you're in a relationship with a lady and the a lady's in your corner, there's nothing that can be more motivational, more supporting than your lady.
Mhm.
Like when I really believe that a lot of us who are doing great things as men, a lot of us have either a wife right next to us or a lady that's close to you, whatever the relationship may be, or it may even be your mother, or aunt or somebody who loves on you and encourages you. I think that we need more of that. I think we need more of supporting of each other. Do you
Yep.
know what I mean?
And
Every now and then, me and my wife check each other's temperature, throughout the day or throughout the week. Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Just because you're there and you see each other every day, you know what I mean?
right,
There
check
still may
in.
be, yeah, because you could
Nobody
be
check
missing
in.
something.
Yep.
You could something really small you could be missing. So I commend you on that, and I feel like as a community, if we did more of that, just loving on each other, then
Mhm.
it could trickle down, into our children, into these youngsters who are out here because um, a lot of them that are out here, they're not feeling any type of love. They're not getting
Yep.
anything reciprocated back to them other than violence or like any type of negativity, you
Yeah.
know. Um, so I really believe that's something that we do need to really try to focus on if we can, just loving on each other. I
Mhm.
love my sister, um, Poets for Dinner, my girl,
Grace.
Precious. Yeah, Grace Givens, who
Yeah.
always say love on somebody. And it's,
Yeah.
it's it's real because when you do that, you can nullify and break down so much bullshit in the beginning. When
Yep.
negative people come up to you, you know what I mean? You can stop them in their tracks with a look, a word, or a hug, something. I don't know. You know what I mean? Just get your energy away from me.
Listen.
You know what I mean?
So
So,
I was telling who was I telling? So we Tuesdays and Thursdays, my church has prayer line and testimony. And I was giving my testimony a while ago about way back when I was out real relation and been outside. I had no business outside. But this was back when I was taking a bus and I was on the corner of Saratoga and Howard, Utah, I'm
mhm,
sorry. And Spirit was like, walk down to Howard. And I was like, I never go down there. Why would I walk down there? But okay. So I start walking, and this guy is walking behind me. And he's clearly following me. And I'm from Baltimore. I know what time it is.
right.
I Spirit say talk to him. Well, sorry, what? Talk to
Mhm,
him. So I say, sure it's cold out here tonight, like, cause it's midwinter. So I'm like,
mhm,
it's really cold out here. He's like, yeah. Anyhow, we get to chopping it up, and he starts telling me some of his story, and he's not well, and things are not great for him, and he's not in the best headspace. But we get to talking, when we talked about a little bit of everything. And he ended up kind of waiting for my bus, with me for all intents and purposes. And right before I get on, he said, And he said, excuse my language, damn, shorty, I was gonna rob you, but you so cool. I ain't
Wow.
even do that. And showed me his gun and everything.
Wow.
So, and that story always sticks with me. One, because what if I didn't have a relationship with God and was in a space where I didn't hear spirit and wasn't obedient to what I heard? But more than that, how many brothers out here are just hurting and are on the edge, and all they need is somebody to listen for 15, 20 minutes? What if? What if we just stopped and checked in and listen? You could save a life literally by stopping and listening and offering some advice if you got some. But I think that is important. That is love. My message is love. And in my research, what I find is there are a lot of youth programs, which I love. I started my works with the youth. And I get, to get them while you can and get them while they're young. But does that mean we forget about the ones who were forgotten about already? No, you got to go back and get them. Go back and get them too. And you heal, you help them heal so that they can help you with the youth, because they have the stories and the experiences that are relatable for these young men that are coming up. And it's a different generation, so it's a little bit hard to get to. But if you can, why not?
Right.
Right. It's got to be some wraparound community work. All hands on deck.
I never knew that. I never knew that story, Shamice. That's crazy, right there. That it was so many things working with that. Was you was an angel to him? He was sort of an angel to you as well. Like that was crazy. It really was. You know what I mean? And if you didn't start walking towards Howard Street, he probably would have robbed you before y'all even really started walking. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy right there. It really is. And there's so many people who on edge like that, because I watch people a lot and just over simple stuff, people be on edge, in the market, upset about just that and the other, or just about anything, I notice a lot sometimes in where I work at, some people will come, and keep in mind, I work in a dispensary. You're coming to get medicine. Why are you upset? You're coming to get what you need. You know what I mean? But people, you never know what people got going on. You know what I mean? You really don't. You never know what they deal with every day. And it's dangerous because it could lead to, somebody getting hurt. I can't stand those stories of when someone has a mental issue and the police are called and there's no protocol that's done. You know what I mean? Sometimes if you just take a minute, or if someone is trained properly on how to deal with it, now I get it. When you first get there, you may not know what's going on. Everybody's afraid. You never know what could happen. But there's some type of training that could be done, I'm sure, to help prevent some of these casualties.
Why I said that needs to be a wraparound kind of all hands on deck thing is because you're talking about people coming to the dispensary and getting medicine and they're angry. All the medicine is doing is treating the symptoms.
Yeah,
it's not treating the actual wound. It's not treating the trauma. It's treating the symptoms. So I'm not all right. I'm super not all right. But at least once I get this medicine, I'll feel all right about not being all right momentarily.
Right. Temporarily. Right.
At the core, I'm not all right.
Right.
So it happens. Listen, mental health is real. I don't know who I tell my story any chance I get. I was able to pull myself out of not alone, but pull myself out of like a 5-year depression bid. No medication, just me and God and water and the Bible, like straight up. That's it. But that therapy piece is still needed because I could write all the poems in the world. It gets it off me. It gets it off my mind, but it doesn't. The healing work, you got to do the work for that. And I was telling my sister not too long ago, I had a breakthrough a couple weeks ago and realized that I had been angry for months and didn't even know. I didn't even know because I was on autopilot. I was just doing what Shamice does. I was keeping it moving. I wasn't doing my work. And I'm oh, we lost John. Oh, he's coming back. Okay, he's coming back.
Gotcha. Can you hear me, sis?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But yeah,
you said you was on autopilot.
I was on autopilot. I wasn't doing my work. I was collecting things and setting them to the side because I can't deal with that right now. I gotta deal with this. And I feel like a lot of the times that is our culture as Black people. We always got bigger fish to fry. So we can't worry about the small stuff. But the small stuff adds up.
Yes. Right.
The small stuff is what makes you snap, crackle, and pop somebody because they stepped on your shoe. You know, it's the small stuff.
That's
and I didn't even realize. I was like, I have all these big things to worry about. And all the while, all the little stuff was just popping up on the side. And so after I had to break through, I'm sitting in church realizing, like, having this epiphany that, Miss, you've really been pissed off for like 6 months now. And how do you be pissed off for 6 months and not know? You weren't doing the work. We got to do the work so that we can stay aware of ourselves, of our spaces, internal and external. You know,
right?
It's just important. We got to do the work, and so this month being Men's Mental Health Month, I wanted to spotlight. I mean, everybody is important. All of God's creatures are special, but Black men especially, I wanted to put a spotlight on the mental health of Black men because we need y'all. We need even the Black man with the least skills and the least education, but the biggest heart. We need you. We need all of y'all. So we got to start doing something about building together. It has to be a sense of togetherness. We got to do this together.
I love it, Shamice. God, you on it, sis. I feel like I'm talking to my therapist a little bit. I mean, God, you on it, sis, for real though. You really are, because everything that you're saying, it really is important to try to do. And in the everyday life, it can seem hard to do, but we do got to work it in somehow. You're absolutely right. You got to work it in somehow so you can keep it going. So look, let's get into some poetry real quick. I know you got a poem or two you can drop for us.
I knew it was coming. I'm going to grab my book.
So whenever you're ready, sis, whatever you got, whatever you want to get off your chest, let's get it.
Let me see, because I have I just started writing again a little bit, but I'm going to pull something.
I did too. I was kind of blocked for about, I want to say a month at least.
I'm so blocked. But that's how I knew my breakthrough was coming, because I started writing again. Because I wasn't writing anything, no poems. I wasn't working on books, plays. I wasn't even journaling. The most writing I was doing, you know, my studies or whatnot. But yeah, no. So that's how I knew I was coming out of it, because I started writing again. Let me see what I got for you. Because I'm not doing any poetry Friday. I am simply hosting.
Yeah, we'll see how that go. I know you.
I'm only hosting.
Yeah, you already know how that goes.
Hosting.
Oh, I got some books I want to donate for you for that too, definitely.
And I love you for it. We will take it. I got a sister that's dedicating some artwork. donating some artwork to it. Like I think when I had this in mind, I didn't, and I do this all the time. I don't want to say downplay, but for lack of better terminology, I downplay um the love and light that people want to share with me. And it's in me being humble. I want to be humble all the time. Um, but I'm always shocked at like just the outpour of love. I'm not playing with get your wife because my sister needs comments cutting. I love you. She needs comments cutting up. Okay. All right. I'll do this one. I don't know if y'all remember the young man Darnell Rochester who was killed by police last year.
I remember that name. Yeah.
So I dedicated a poem to him called Constant Crucifixion,
Mm,
a poem for
mm,
Darnell and other youth angels whose lives were taken by gun violence. Mary, did you know he'd be sacrificing himself forever? Did you know that they would crucify him for living in his own skin on that one cool night in June when the moon was peeking through my curtains? Did you hear the gunshots too? Whose baby this time? Praying it's not mine. Sirens louder than his mama's cries. Why they keep
mm,
at it like this? Why they so quick to draw when it comes to us? Why they never miss? Why they get away with the lies and people actually wondered why the police was such a big hit? And these real niggas never do nothing about it when it's hammer time, yet they bout that life. That don't sound too legit. I'm sick of it.
mm,
Mary, did you know about the cross he'd constantly be nailed to? Perhaps that's why
mm,
so many of them get it tattooed on their backs and arms. They never shoot back even when they armed. And what's your reaction this time? Rage or alarm? Seems like there's nothing but death in my city. Even with all its rich history, it feels more cursed than charmed. Can somebody
mm,
tell me why he couldn't live to show off for prom? Why his mama's still protesting and all they want to do is cut her a check? Why there's no body cam footage to check? Why the system keeps on bending us over? Why we can't escape the chokehold? Why we don't F it back? Why we don't bust back on some gangster ish? Say where the real G's at? See, I was raised by the ones who actually ran the hood. Had no problem cutting up and pressing them boys in blue like what's good. Find too often in these times in questioning what's good. It ain't the food, ain't the medicine, ain't the
mm.
people, but I still manage in between breathing exercises and hearing screams of how he couldn't breathe. Say that life is good. How do we do that, Black people? Still find ways to laugh until we cry, even when their foot is on our necks or knees are on our spines. Why we call that resilience? Why we label coming out on the other side Black excellence? Why we got
Mm.
to be labeled so many different ways just to remind ourselves that we are magnificent? Because I don't know if nobody told you, but they don't care about our labels, nor are they concerned with how great we show up. Hell, whether we be fierce or meek, they want us, our light and lives non existent, and how we defend it by helping them erase us, by sacrificing ourselves and each other on the daily. Mary, do you even recognize how many of them are Jesus without the closeness to the Father? Most of them ain't even got fathers. They still praying though, still crossing their hearts and hoping to God, a God that I was told gave us idiots free will. And we so strong-willed when it comes to all the wrong stuff. And maybe that's why they keep at it like this. We've been targeted for target practice for so long. I doubt they can graduate from the academy if they miss or fail to forget that we are human too. Mary,
Mm.
did you know he'd be sacrificing himself forever? That is a poem for Darnell.
Mm. I love it. 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 God damn. Okay. Damn, sis. That's how long ago did you wrote that? That's a year
That
old at
is
least.
in Tell It to the Sun. And I wrote it last year. I wrote it. It was inspired by him because at the same
Mm-hmm.
time that was going on here, and I was close to some relatives of his, and just seeing what they were going through, it just got me to thinking like, this is our reality.
Right.
And I personally feel like, and as I've always personally felt like, they're okay with doing it because we keep giving them chances and opportunities. We keep not doing anything about it. I don't mean no harms. I'm not a frontline protester. Okay. Your sis ain't wrapped all the way tight. So I'm not a picket sign person. I get it. I
Right.
do. But I want to do something about it. I want to match
Right.
energy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
have an uncle who believes, and he's wholeheartedly says, he wholeheartedly believes, he says all the time, all they know is rape, pillage, and plunder. And the only way that they're going to understand that we mean business is if we match energy. I don't
Right.
disagree
That's
with
right.
that. Now I know we're
That's right.
supposed to turn the other cheek, but I only got two cheeks.
Exactly. Right.
I only
Right.
got
That's right.
two. You know what
That's
I'm
right.
saying? And so
That's right.
what else?
Right. Right.
But also, until we take ourselves more seriously as a community, the rest of the world is not going to. We are
Mm.
so divided, and don't get me wrong, because I know the history behind it. I know the why. I get it. But I also feel like with all the technology and as progressed as so many of us are, we are still too far behind as a
Mm-hmm.
community. All this progression
Mm-hmm.
and all these great minds, and you got 1,000 Dr. Umars, and you got the
Mm-hmm.
Cornell Wests, and we have all these leaders, all these freedom fighters, yet we still captive to ourselves, and in turn captive to whoever else wants to have us captive. How do we get out? We got to go inward. We got to do the work inside first. But it's too much division. So I don't know how we're going to get there. I got faith that we're going to get there. I don't know how we'll win, but I'm down for the ride. I just can't.
I
I'm not
love it.
making signs. I'm not protesting.
I love
I'm
it
not.
though. I do. I love it. Shout out to my sister, our sister Arthur Polish Shakespeare in the house watching. Love you, my wife. Love you, baby. My wife said you make her want to sing, Shanice. I'm gonna definitely bring her with me
Listen,
on
and I'm
Friday.
gonna listen. I'm gonna listen every time. Every time she open her mouth, I'm gonna listen because that baby be singing.
Mary, did you know? I love that. I love it. That's something right there, man.
Yeah, that's
Mary,
one of my
did you know?
favorite songs.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, now she
Mhm.
got me wanting to sing. I ain't gonna sing now.
I love that. That was on point right there. What do you have? Do you are you in the works of doing another book? You just put a book out recently, didn't you?
I put two out.
Right.
Last
That's right. On the
this
same
time
day,
next
right?
this time next year, we're about to come up. Oh my God! Today is actually the 1 year
Is it?
anniversary. Look at us, John.
Is it?
See, because I got
Now, what's
bigger
the
fish
name
to
of those two
fry.
books?
So it's Tell It to the Sun, which is
Right.
my second book of poetry. And it's a little bit of everything in here. This was mostly inspired just by, so a lot of people don't know I'm a church baby. Um, I get all of the spirituality stuff. I do.
Mm-hmm.
I understand
Mm-hmm.
how it works, but
Mm-hmm.
my prayers are closed in the mighty matchless name of Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
And I pray and meditate. We gonna
Mm-hmm.
say Ashe and Amen.
Same
Um
here. Yep.
so
Yep.
it was inspired by just all of these feelings and thoughts that I had at the end of the day. When
Mm-hmm.
I don't have an answer, I could talk to God. I could tell it to the sun, and the next day it's gonna be all right. Joy comes in the morning. It's gonna
Right.
be all. Tell it
Yes.
to the sun. Whatever you got going on, tell it to the sun. You could tell it to the sun in the sky, or you could tell it to the sun in the sky, but it's going to be all right. And so that's what that's
Mhm.
about. Um, and then the other book is Glass in the Ashes. This is Whew, this is based on a 7-step program that I developed a while ago, um, around the time I was publishing my first book. But it's a 7-step guide to getting out of your own way.
Mm.
Um, but Glass in the Ashes is based on the idea. I tell people all the time I have what I consider Phoenix energy.
Okay.
And what that is I'm going to rise from the ashes every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every time. Every time I'm going to have a magnificent rebirth. I don't care what the circumstances were. I don't care how low I was. I don't care what almost took me out. Because it didn't, I'm going to rebirth. And I'm going to come back better and better and better every time. But even in a rebirth, the glass in the ashes is you shatter those glass ceilings, but it's still always going to be something there. Some little piece of your trauma, some little piece of your history. It's always going to be some glass in those ashes that's going to potentially have the power to bring you back to a low point. You got to know how to get yourself out of that. And it mostly matters that you know how to get out of your own way so that God can do the work. But you got to get out of your own way first. And so it's a self-guided, self-help journaling situation. There's a little bit of everything going on here. So you
Look,
can write
you
in
know what?
it.
I need to
You
call
can
you
write
once a
in
month. You
it.
are giving some therapy game right now. I'm telling. Oh my goodness. Damn, like you just changed my whole. I know my wife downstairs beaming too. You just changed my
Listen,
whole mood right now.
she
I'm
tearing these
tripping.
comments up. Every time I look to my left, I'm so tickled. She is tearing these comments up. But
God, you on it, sis. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's no mistake in how things play out. You know what I mean? I got up today and I was like, I was going to do the show today, of course, but I was dragging. I was like, maybe I should just do a rerun. It's Thanksgiving week. I am so glad that I had you come on here because it's just it's incredible. And the main thing I want to point out that you said was the checking up. Every day just checking up on yourself. You know what I mean? Checking up on yourself every day, checking up on others. Um I'm telling you, man, I love your pen. I love your pen and the way that you put your words out there with it just resonates with so many of us, you know what I mean, who've dealt with trauma, who've
yeah,
dealt with just about anything you can think of. You know what I mean? Your poetry to me makes me feel like it's okay. I'm tripping right now, sis. I'm telling you. This you
thank
on it.
you. Thank you.
You on it. Look, tell
Thank
us about what we can look forward to for Friday before we get out of here. Oh my
So
goodness.
there is a $15 cover charge, but that is a donation. That's your donation. It's not like you pay to get in and then you donate unless you want to. We ain't turning them down, but our collars. So
Mhm.
every door fee, every cover charge paid is a donation. We will be donating to Black Mental Health Alliance. They have wraparound services. Uh, that includes therapy for Black people, but also resources to just help you get yourself together. A lot of people who are dealing with mental health issues don't have necessity, uh,
Yeah.
as such healthcare and things like
Right.
that. They feel
Right.
forgotten, so they forget themselves. And so I love that they have these wraparound services. So we'll be donating to them. Every little bit helps. I have I think, fire lineup of artists. I would
Mhm.
love for you to get on the mic personally,
Oh, of course. You come
just
on. Of
because
course. Of course.
I'm very much for Black men in therapy. I'm
Mhm.
so pro Black men in therapy. So, if
I
you
got
don't mind,
something for you too. Poetry is my therapy. I got you. I got
listen,
you.
that's one of my favorites.
I got
So
you.
it's yeah, so it's a dope lineup. We got complimentary beer and wine, real good time kickback. Like this, if you've ever been to one of my events, it's gonna be all love, all light. We're gonna have a good time. We got a nice DJ
Absolutely.
coming through. So it's a kickback, but we want to raise these donations and help these organizations that want to help us. And prayerfully, next year we'll do it on an even more grand scale, because this will not be the last one at all. And
Now, where is this going to be at Friday?
Huh?
Where are we going to be at Friday?
Sea Roses, you know where we be at.
Yep.
We gonna be at Sea Roses, 4000 Coolidge Avenue. Doors open at 6:30. Show starts at 7. Y'all know I like to be on time. I'm not one of those black folk who be on CP time. We gonna keep it off at 7.
That's right.
So
That's right. I
get
love
the
it.
building, get comfy. We got a lot of queens coming through with the good stuff because we really wanted to just love on black men. So yeah, we want to put y'all in the space, safe spaces, and open up the floor for y'all to be free and feel loved on and acknowledged because we do see y'all. Because that's the other thing too. I only roll with queens who know a king from a mile away. So
I hear you.
Right. You know what I'm saying? We not doing male bashing sessions. Sis.
I hear you.
You made a bad choice, so we're not even gonna have that conversation. We uplift kings around here. We uplift queens around here. We build community. Right. We tighten it because we love on each other like that. So yes, please come out. I know that's right.
Y'all. 4000 Coolidge Avenue, y'all. Sea Roses, you do not want to miss this event. I'm telling you, it's going to be incredible. The love in the room is going to be incredible. I've been to so many of her events, and I don't want to leave. Like I know I'm one of the.
Nobody ever wants to leave.
Yeah. Nobody wants to leave. We wind up dancing, doing line dance, and all types of stuff afterwards. For some reason, we just never want to leave. So I am looking forward to it. Thank you so much for coming on the show, sis. I love you. I appreciate you. Again. Absolutely. This is not the last time because that poem you just did right there. You know I gotta bring you back. I'm gonna wait till the first of the year, but I gotta have you back January, February sometime because I know your pen is still on fire. I know it is.
Oh, it's gotten crazy. I don't know if you ever had these moments where you go back and read something you write because like me, I write to release, so it's literally like I'm not even present when I'm writing. And when the pen drop, I close the book. I don't go back. I don't tweak nothing. I just leave it where it is. And I go back sometimes and I read it. And I'm like, girl, you wrote this. Like, and I'm amazed that I wrote it. And that's usually the stuff I keep to myself, believe it or not. But I'm going to share it. I'm going to start sharing it.
Well, sis, keep doing what you're doing. You are so much of a monument in this community. I don't even know if you know. I really don't like. As far as I'm concerned, you get the B Gaddy Award this year from me because you are definitely about the community. Sis, really, I know you. I've been around you for quite some time, and I know how you feel about the community. I know what you're saying is heartfelt, and you mean what you're saying. So, on behalf of all of the black men in this community and this country, we thank you for what you do. All right. I will see you on Friday, sis. Please be safe out here. Stay vigilant. Anything you want to say before you go?
No, follow me on Instagram, SJ Speaks 111. Also follow the Be More Vibes and Verses page. That's where I try to keep y'all up on what's going on in the community. Shalonda is hilarious. She like no encore now. Come on out Friday for Dear Black Men.
Yes. We're gonna have a good time, y'all. Definitely.
We are gonna have a great time. I love y'all so much.
Thank you, sis. We love you as well. You be safe out here. Say hello to that wonderful family that you got.
I will.
Everybody out there watching, you want to be blessed, you must bless somebody else. All right, that's the only way it's going to happen for you. Sis, I love you. I'll see you this week.
Love you too.
All right.